Hey folks, I'm here with Polsky, and we are going to be making a US deck today. For some reason, it's taken me all this time to make one. I don't know why. I thought I had made one already, but oh well. Here we go. So, first of all, NATO, obviously. Deck name. I don't know what to call mine. What's a good American sounding name? I don't know. I will call it America. Okay. So, the only bonuses I'm going to put on is that it's going to be an American-only deck, which unlocks the prototypes and gives me +1 activation points. Not much. I'm not going to put any type bonus on, or any era, because I don't want to be restricted. I don't like those restrictions. Okay, so, first of all, onto the command vehicles. Now, lately, for 10v10s, I like to use speed, because if you can get onto one of those flanks, either the far left or the far right, gives you a good advantage calling in vehicles. So, I don't like the Humvee CP though. Like, it's unarmored. I don't like that. So I don't really know what you see, Polsky.
I'm just looking at the speeds right now.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for the M114A1. I know it doesn't have the speed, but I'd rather have that little bit of armor than not have the armor at all, to be honest.
I usually throw in two different types of command vehicles anyway, so I think I may throw in the Humvee and, let's see.
Well, I'm gonna go just the M114A1, and for logistics, I'm going for a Super Chinook, because should I go for Super Chinook or the HEMMT?
I'm going for the Hemps.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for those two. You get 8 of them, and they come with 1500 capacity. And obviously 1 FOB, so that's only 3 logistics, so that'll be fine. Okay, on to infantry. Now the Americans, they have a great selection of infantry, I think. Always for me, I have to get the light rifleman.
Yeah.
Light rifleman, the range on the Dragon missile launcher they get, it's not got the best AP, but it's got an awesome range, and they rock. I get them in a Humvee, so I'm gonna get two of those in a Humvee actually, and then 1 unit of just the normal rifleman. But I'll bring them in the Bradleys, because I like to have the Bradleys. I know it's really expensive, but I like to have those because they slaughter stuff. You get 20 of the riflemen too, so it works out as being 65 to call in that, which isn't too bad if you ask me.
Which Bradley did you get?
I get the M2A1 Bradley.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like the other one. It's got the worst toe. Not the worst, but the lesser version. And then more infantry. Normally go for a single unit of US Marines, just because they are absolutely awesome. In the LAV-25, because that thing will murder anything, pretty much. It takes out T-55s and all sorts. It's just great. I really, really like the LAV. Another thing that's a must for any of my decks is AA infantry. So if I remember right, is it it's the Stinger that's the best one the Yanks get. I'm pretty sure the red eye. Yeah.
Stinger.
Is it? Yeah, Stinger.
They're pretty much the same stats, but the accuracy is better on the Stinger.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for cheap with this. I'm looking for it in a Humvee. So there we go. Just gonna get 8 units of that. I don't use that many of them, and they get coming in the Humvee. I normally use them just to put them up on mountainsides and things like that. And then another thing I'm gonna put in is a unit of assault engineers. I've learned to love the assault engineers with the M202 flash. The thing is just awesome. If you get those in a tree line and they try to attack you with tanks, you seem to just slaughter the tanks. It's really good. I know it's got no AP power, but for some reason it just kills them anyway. It probably burns them to death or something. So with those, I'm gonna get those in the M113A1 Dragon. You get 12 of those, which is a decent amount, and they only cost like 25 to call in, so you can't complain. Okay, on to support. Obviously, you have to go for the Hawk, just because of its range. 4,200 meters versus airplanes, 10 accuracy, 8 AP power. If you don't go for them, you're going into a battle with one arm tied behind your back. So I'll go for those. And the Chaparral. Oh, should I go for the Chaparral? Yeah, I always think about going for the Avenger. It's just the range difference is quite ridiculous. And the Chaparral has a great range against helicopters. It's 3,500. Always gonna need that, because if they come in with like Mi-28s, you want to get those things out the sky as quick as you can.
Yeah.
So, you gonna put any artillery in, Polsky?
Yeah, I always go for artillery system. Which one do
what are
I
you gonna put in?
want? At the current moment, I don't exactly know. I may go with the Paladins.
I like the Paladins if I do use artillery, but I don't use it enough to uh, justify
I only
putting
get
it in.
one vehicle of it.
Oh no.
I may go with the M109A2
Yeah, the
then.
A2 is pretty good. I think it's like some kind of looks similar to the British Abbott, pretty much.
Mhm.
But yeah, that looks like a good one. So I'm gonna jump onto tanks and see what the tanks are for the Yanks. I always go for the same tanks with the Americans. I always go 8 M1A1s just because the things are awesome. Their guns sound just amazing. I don't know if you've had experience with that, Polsky.
No.
The gun sound is just delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna put in 12 M1 IPs. They're really good. It's not a prototype, but it is at 84 years, so you can't get that if you've restricted yourself. But it's definitely worth using it. And then I put in 2 lots. Ooh, have they upped the numbers of those? Okay, I put in 2 lots of the M1 Abrams. That's like the backbone tank for me. I know they're still expensive. It's 100 to call in, but they're very good. Like against swarms of anything other than like the top tier Russian tanks, they normally hold their own. You do need to be careful though, because you don't want to be losing lots of those. Even though you get like loads of them, you don't want to lose them. So what tanks are you going to be putting in, Polsky?
I'm going to be putting in the ones that you talk about, and then I'm going to add some MBT-70s.
Oh, MBT-70s. Yeah, those things are pretty awesome. You only get 8 of them though, which...
Yeah.
You know, and the Shillelagh, the rocket, isn't that good. Okay, so let's move on to reconnaissance. Now, reconnaissance, I normally always go for 3 with this. I go for the Kiowa WR. The thing just looks awesome. It comes with Hellfire missiles too. So it's fire and forget missiles on a reconnaissance aircraft. It's expensive, 110, so you don't want to lose it. But it's just awesome. It looks like it has ET above its rotor blades. It does, doesn't it? Actually, you know what? I'm going to go for the Kiowa, just the normal Kiowa, the one without the Hellfires. Just because you get 2 more of them, and they're a fair bit cheaper.
Yeah, that's what I was going for as well.
So I'm going to put those in, and then I like to put the Bradley CFV. It's got very good optics, which is alright. But I just like it because it's a Bradley.
Which one, the M3 or the M3A1?
The M3A1. I'm tempted, actually. I'm tempted to change my usual. I normally go for LAV Scout. But I'm tempted to put that expensive Kiowa. Yes, I'm going to. I'm going to go and put the expensive Kiowa with the Hellfires in. Just because I'm feeling a bit crazy. No, I'm not feeling crazy. But I just want to put it in because I've not used it in a while. And it just looks awesome. Okay. So onto vehicles. I really think the Americans have a great selection of vehicles. Minus the Ontos, because that thing's just horrible. Okay, first of all, the ITWs. Got to put 2 groups of those in. You get 12. Then the M150s. They're great. They're nice and cheap. It's like 35. And I'm going to put 2 of those in. And that's the only 4 I'm going to put in. I used to use the Zippos. Well, both variants. But I just feel like unless you're using artillery that has smoke, by the time they actually get to the town to shoot at it, if they've got Concours or something in there, or even like a BDRM or not BDRM, a BMP, it's gonna hit you with a missile before you get there, and you're gonna be dead. So yeah, I'll just leave those out for now. What vehicles are you putting in, Polsky?
2 groups of the ITWs and then 1 group of the Humvee ITO.
Ah, okay, Humvee ITO, nice. You only get 4. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay, so onto helicopters. So I always go for the same helicopters. Call me boring if you must, but I go for the Super Cobra. Wow, can you only get 1 of those now? I thought you used to be able to get more of these. Okay, so I'm going to go for 1 unit of the Super Cobra. And then 2 units of the normal Cobra. Just because the AH-1F, you get 8 of those. And they're really good. I really enjoy them. Definitely pay for themselves. I know they don't have the Hellfire, Fire and Forget missiles. But they make up elsewhere. Specifically in cheapness. Call me cheap. Okay, so on to planes. What did you do for helicopters, by the way, Polsky?
I'm heading in the Super Cobra, and I'm thinking about maybe adding in an Apache.
Yeah, they are
expensive.
Nice. Expensive as hell, and
yeah. I don't think I actually will. I think I'll go with the Seahawk instead.
The Seahawk. I don't like the Seahawk just because it's only got like 4 missiles. You know, surely there would be space on the other side to add some more missiles. Anyway, on to planes. Before I do anything, I'm always gonna put a Raven in. The Raven is just a must. You can't, unless you have to have the Raven. It's just the best seed aircraft for the NATO, if you ask me. I think it's just awesome. What are you putting in, Polsky?
Don't know at the current moment.
Okay, so I'm definitely going Raven, and then I'm gonna go for
how many Ravens are you putting in?
Just one. They're quite. What? Yeah, just one.
Just one.
Yeah. Yeah, and now let's see what else. The Americans, I always have to put the A10 in. It's just so beautiful. I can't not have the A10. It should be illegal not to have the A10 in your deck. The thing is just amazing. And now I want something with a cluster bomb on it, because lately I've been getting cluster bombed a lot, and just the new animation is just awesome, and I want to see that a lot. So I'm looking at the Fighting Falcon, F-16C Fighting Falcon. Now, I'm hoping it drops all 4 of these at once. I know the Fighting Falcon that the Norwegians get. Is it Norwegians? Yes. It has 2 1,000-pound bombs, but it only drops them one at a time. And then it circles, which makes it extremely vulnerable to AA, because obviously circling over a bunch of enemy AA isn't the best idea. So you get 2 of these Fighting Falcons, so I'm going to put those in. And that leaves me 2 activation points. I've got 32 of 34, so I do not know what to spend. I could get rid of something and put in another aircraft, but I don't know if I'd want to do that. I've got 2 activation points. What I'm going to do with it is going to put in another unit of chaparrals, because they're infrared missiles, so you can't really knock them out with seed aircraft. And at the end of the day, you want as much air as you can get. So, what aircraft?
I'm gonna add. Let's see. What can I add? I'm gonna add more infantry, I guess.
More infantry?
Or, actually, I take that back. I'm gonna add another unit tank.
Yeah. Okay. What tank are you gonna add in?
What can I add in? Another M1 IP Abrams.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so I'll do a quick overview of what I've got in my deck. Yeah, I've got three logistics, 6 infantry, 3 support. All of them are AA. I don't put any artillery in because it just eats my FOB. I only use 1. 4 tanks, 3 recon, 4 vehicles, all carrying some variant of the TOW missile, 3 helicopters, and 3 jets. So that is all. So I'll wrap the video up there.